I need to pull up roblox. So um give me a minute before I do that, because I want to get, instead of a dark angel, instead of a K angel, I want a Amy Chan. Oh wait, don't I already have an Amy Chan sprite? I mean, thing, I don't know. Amy Chan. Let's see this one. Okay, this is the... Let's see. Well, that's not the Amy Chan I was expecting. I'll look for some sprites. I don't know if these will look the same, but they'll have to do. Bleh, bleh. It's the quality that's killing me. Let me just change let me get a better high quality one. Uh, mm, uh, these should work. Nah, bro, she yapping in that one. Nah. How about this? These two. They're both low quality, and they do work together. Say goodbye to the image slideshow. Okay, she doesn't really even move her she doesn't even close her mouth at all, bro. It's fucking pissing me off, bro. I'm trying to have sprites that are my mental state kinda right now. And I can't have this shit. Oh, this works. Because for one, it is also high quality, and for two, it's pink. And it looks exactly like these, just different. Oh, her head hurting is one. Is a good one. Okay, so, um, I'll do that later. So this is a little vent because things might be getting worse. And I'm scared. Like, I'm scared. I'm really scared. I don't know what to do anymore. I don't want this to be, like, I'm hoping for this to not be burnout, but it might be burnout. I, I don't know. I feel like I'm dissociating from reality as well, and it's I don't want to do this anymore. I don't understand. And my friend is gonna call me back at some point, and I'm already crying. I don't know what to do. I don't know why I'm feeling like this. I I'm tempted to just ignore her, ignore my friend, and lay down and just cry, or I don't know anymore. I don't, I, I don't know anymore. I don't know. I was fine just a few seconds ago, and I, now I'm just, I, I don't. I I I wonder. I have a game that I so um I'm not gonna play Roblox. I'm gonna play a different game. A game that's a bit that gives me we're gonna play a visual novel game called Beyond You. You can find it on itch.io. Of course it isn't working. Guys, if you want cool icons for your um if you want like icons on apps that already have icons, and you just want to change them, please don't do that. It messes up the files that are in there, and it messes up the games in there, and yeah, it just fucks up the files, and you have to either re-download the game. This shit is so loud. Oh, they have voices. Since they have voices, I guess I will put my desktop audio on. Where's Beyond? Oh, there we go. I've never played this, and I only downloaded it for some reason. I don't remember why. These are the club members. I don't remember what it's about. Press. I'm gonna turn voice volume up to here, and save. I mean, return. Okay. Hello, I'm here to let you know that we are slowly getting there. I'm gonna turn down my music a bit. A bit. But we aren't quite ready yet. Please enjoy all the same. Your input will help us learn and improve. Wait, what? Enter Amy. No. Amy Chan. Boy. Amy Chan. I'll just do Amy Chan. Because I relate to her. Can't believe I have to fill the student form information out form every year. Oh. Name, easy, address, sure. Huh? This is new. What are your pronouns? Masculine. Oh wait, we are supposed to read our, okay, this is us. I noted down the final details and held the sheet aloft to check. This was housekeeping to be handled to our homeroom teacher. I already picked my classes for the year. Doc, I'm being fucking text. Okay, so I don't know if my friend is actually gonna call me back, but I'm gonna go on idle for a bit, so you guys might hear Discord notifications and it might piss you off, so I'm so sorry. But I do need to hear whether or not my friend is going to be calling me. I'd already picked my classes for the year and intellectual pursuits mostly. Science, math, I'm gonna kill myself. That kind of stuff. If we have to do some type of test that us, the player of the game, actually has to, like, fill out, I'm actually gonna kill myself. Especially if it's timed. It made most sense for my future. My future? Heh, it's hard to imagine what the future holds for me. I mean, I do have a whole year to think about it anyway. I'm on top of my classics. Any colleague would be lucky to have me. I must seem like an egoist as if I think I'm better than anyone. I guess it's a mixture of luck and intelligence. Not to mention that it's easy to be a high achiever when you don't have many friends. My only real friend was Haruka. She should be here any minute. What? I should make it, but that'd take extra effort. Plus, I'll mess it up later when I get back into it. It's not like I have to impress anyone. Haruka is the only one who comes here, and she's never neat. Those are pictures of people who make videos. I don't notice any one of them. They're pretty funny and sweet. They really seem to care about their audience. Now I'm kind of interested. It's a beautiful day outside. I can't believe I have to spend all of it inside at school. I mean, not to romanticize it or anything, but actually no, that's probably just controversial and it's probably just romanticizing it, and um, I don't wanna be problematic. So anyway, but a less problematic way of saying it, I guess, is you can drop out. Anyway, instead of inside at home, it's criminal. Okay. I spend way too much of my holidays on my computer. Me too. I love it. I went out with Haruka a few times, but she was busy with... I don't know, but she was busy most days. I sound like a bad friend, but really, she's just private about some things. Seems like a waste of all these outfits I can't wear. What? Not that I hate my uniform. Oh. But it'd be nice to be able to wear whatever I want. What's this? Open up, Amy Tan. I'm not your wake-up call. Do you think I'm some kind of maid? Oh, no. I said it was... What is voice volume then? Oh, we'll turn that. Mm-hmm. But I know what you were thinking. I really wasn't, but okay. Your mom told me to come see if you were awake. You could have knocked. And you could have been waiting downstairs for me like a good friend. Instead, I had to come and find you, Mr. Lazy Pants. Aren't you excited to get to school? Why would I be excited about school? To show off that big old brain of yours. If I was the top of the class, I'd rub it in everyone's faces. Well, if this isn't what I think it is, then anyway. Oh. Bow down, peasants. You know? People already dislike us, though, Haruka. Maybe play nice with others for once? Psh, I'm always nice. So making people bow is kinky? I guess you have a point. New year, new me. That's what you said last year, when you tried to dye your hair blonde and ended up with a patch missing. I said new me! And new classmates. Ah! You distracted me! Now we're gonna be late! And me saying we're gonna be late while standing here is making us later. History. And explaining that made us later, which... Let's go. I moved towards the door, gathering Haruka as I walked. I regretted the summer I spent inside for a brief second before the sun flashed straight into my eyes. The sun glinted off of Haruka's bottoms. She let me open the door and burst out of it into the sun. While she spent the summer holidays practicing for track, I've been dedicated to completing Tomomoku Tokodoko Kahabito. I butchered that name so bad. I am so sorry. Video game achievements are comparable to athletic achievements. I reassure myself. Even as I watch her spin on the pot, yards ahead of me. I really hope this game isn't like some sex love game or some child porn ass game, because if it is, a whole wasted potential. Anyway, Amy Chan's so slow. He needs to go. Go faster, but that doesn't rhyme. Amazing poetry. She laughed as she spun forward. Instead of going ahead, she matched my pace. I was hurrying, sure, but how do you compete with a star runner? She wiggled her hips side to side as she skipped backwards. Hurry up, Amy-chan! No! Haruka is already ahead of me, as if eager to show off. Even at my best, Haruka was always faster than me. We used to race to school each other when we were kids. Not so much now. Except we are running late, so there's no other choice. I can't believe I beat you. I was hunched over beside Haruka, trying to catch my breath. Sarcasm isn't cute. Not everyone spends their time running. I gasp for breath and stand up straight, even if I'm taller than her. Yeah, guys, I'm taller. I'm sorry, I'm not. I'm really not, but anyway. I glare down at her, but it feels mean to use my height against her. Too much studying and not enough athletics, nerd. Being smart is fine, but people want more than brains. Like stamina. So that's permission to make jokes mid-afternoon? Good to know. There's more to a person than how fast they can run. You're saying that because you lost. We should probably get to class. We might just make it. Mr. Tanaka was set to be our homeroom teacher. Or miss, I don't know. Oh, he was aesthetic to lateness? I don't know. As a teacher, he tended to be hung over at the start of the year. He had a reputation that spread out throughout the school because of it. We had missed homeroom, which meant we needed to track down our class on foot. We went in search of familiar faces until we passed the science room. It was the saddest. Anyway, it was the saddest of all classrooms, given it was limited even before transport students have been organized. As we walked into our first class, everyone was already seated. Everyone povited to look at us. The seating wasn't consistent. Too many tables crammed into the classroom. I eyed the packed room, unsure where to sit. I could feel everyone staring at us, and then the silence filled the room. I swallowed hard, my gaze shifting to the front of the room. Mr. Sadato stood head of the classroom in his pressed suit and thick glasses. Mr. Sadato, so good of you to show up. You're only 15 minutes late. How could it be that much? Even after running, we'd been so late. Given your discard for punctuality, you missed a group assignment. Group assignment? Mr. Sato made a huge deal about quitting last year, and everyone had I don't know. Haruka had written a impolite note on his car as a parting gift. You've been attending this school for years and you can't even find your way to class. He wasn't glaring at us. Instead, he was glaring straight at Haruka. It's a miracle you found your way at all, Haruka. Given you couldn't even spell map, let alone use one. Haruka flinched beside me, while I stood still. We didn't mean to be late, and we didn't mean to have nuclear weapons revolutionize a man's relationship with war yet, and yet here we are. My mouth dropped open to protest, but no words came out. What do you even say to that? Oh. Oh. I don't think being late to class is like inventing weapons. For once you're correct. You don't think. As I was saying, groups have been assigned. Mr. Sato heaved a loud sigh. As he settled into a speech he interrupted to scold us. Due to limited resources this year we are required to work in groups of 4. Supplies will be limited given the additional students. Mr. Sato looked over the class, his brow furrowed as he considered the maces. And more importantly, my patience will be limited. He continued to speak, but my attention drifted. This was my fault. I'd be running behind because of the introduction form. He yelled at Haruka as if it was all her fault when it was my fault. But he did not look at me. Perhaps I was a good student? While Haruka meant well, she didn't excel in academics. There was no reason to make such an example of her. Given this 2-year final year, there will be a balance of practical and theoretical work. You'll be expected to manage your progress. Your theory work will be done as homework, while practical will be handled in class to better make us use faculties. I shouldn't have to explain to you the reason for this. I don't want you doing experiments outside of class. I shot a hopeful look to Haruka, who was drawing on her notebook. I expected a dirty joke out of her, but she seemed dead to the world. I kept my mouth shut and focused on unpacking my bag. Find your groups. Find your groups. We'll be having a revision of safety protocols. I looked up from my bag as people began to move forward from desk to desk. He moved away from the front of the classroom and towards Haruka and I. As we have an uneven number of students in this class, you're left with... He gestured with his arms to a group of girls I've never seen before. That's a girl? Bro, she be looking non-binary, bro. What the fuck? She also looks like a fucking male. What the hell? Well, I'm just gonna call her or them a they, them, because I don't actually know the pronouns anyway. But we never had to be in groups of 4 or more before. It was normally Haruka and I working together. Or I'd work and Haruka would goof off. But it worked for me. I was able to go at my own pace. This was awful. It was usually us. I know there would be extra students this year. I guess I haven't thought about our class sizes. Well, why don't we sit down first? That had been the girl with the pink hair. The corner of her lips clicked up into a smile. I looked at Haruka, who hasn't spoken. She usually giggled and passed notes during class even when the teacher spoke. Now she looked miserable. Well, Mr. suggested we join our groups. I believe that means you two? Haruka remained seated, her legs crossed under her desk and her chin in her hands. I suppose so. I'm Amy. I'm just gonna say Amy instead of Chan because Amy Chan is just what I like to call her. And Amy's like, okay, well, Amy Chan is what she's usually called, and yeah. I want to listen to my music, so. And since there isn't like the voices I expected, then we're just not gonna have the noise. Anyway, the pink-haired girl perked, embarrassed. She did not introduce herself sooner. I'm Aiko. It's a pleasure to meet you. We're all from Minyami School, as you're aware. My friends are Kana. That's me. Hi. While Aiko was around the same height as most of the girls in the class, she towered over this girl. She was the shortest in the class, yet easily commanded attention. Natsuki? Question mark? I'm sorry. And that is Yumi. She's a part of. Okay, it's a girl. She's a part of her group too. Yumi sent a peace sign towards me. Had slouched. She had a slouch posture and a lazy smirk on her lips. Rather than speak, as I expected, she remained perfectly quiet. She seemed distracted by something outside the window. Who's your friend? Didn't he tell you who you be with? He did, but I wanted to ask what you'd like to be called. Rather than then assume your name was matched to the class role, why wouldn't it match? Aiko visually figured her lips pursed together. I was being polite? Then why not just ask me what my name is? Why ask Amy? You seemed as if you wanted to be left alone. So talking about me, I'm not. So talking about me like I'm not here is. I didn't want to. I'm Haruka. I mean. Eh? That was super awesome. I'm sorry about her. She's just anxious. She's not usually so. Words failed me, as Haruka had snapped. I should have asked her directly. I was rude. No, you weren't rude. You could have been like, what the fuck is up, Kylie? No. What did you say? What the fuck? Who is, okay, Aiko? Who is Kylie? I'm stupid. Okay, anyway. Kana! We're at school! I can't think of any good school ones. You know what I meant. She looked at Mr. Sato, who had moved to the participle side of the room. He seemed emerged with a brightly colored stack of papers. Oh, swearing? Yes, that. Why the freak does it matter? I watched as Aiko's eyes twitched at the corner. I don't see her eyes twitching. While Yumi remained silent, she was visibly amused. Oh, yeah, she's mute. Yumi is mute. She is, well, I don't know if it's nonverbal, but she is mute. Anyway, when we looked forward again, people were on their feet. They were heading for the attached particle of the room. Particle, I don't know. Mr. Sato was standing in front of the class, same as before. I could see it, but I didn't really care. It was the same speech every year. As Mr. Sato said before, we're from Miami school, the school that burned down. Well, not burned down. To say it was burned down implies that. Let me read. Well, not burnt down. To say it was burnt down, it implies it was leveled or past the point of repairs. That is true. It was beyond repairs, but not because of the structural damages. It was weird. The building itself survived the fire, but the fire released high levels of abspidones and other chem- chemicals into the air, such as substances that were dormanted and undetected, and so the school continued to operate. Upon closer expe- upon closer inspections, they discovered a underlying issue within the fountain. So as you can imagine, it wouldn't be safe to return for their students. For student, hey, Aiko. Hmm? Oh, sorry. In short, yes, our school burnt down. There seems to be more. There seems to be more to the story than I'd been told. Then again, I wasn't going to ask specific or architectural, artific, arti- I don't know. No question. I don't think you can see. Oh, you can't see her. I'm a little guy. Anyway, I'm a little guy. This is Chokula. I don't know. Anyway, sorry. Then again, I wasn't gonna ask specific or architectural issues. He sent out a letter about the transfer. Uh, I don't know how long it takes for my friends either phone or iPad to charge whatever she was calling me on, so I'm gonna send something. The Roby Wubby. Okay, anyway, um, understandable. It's a sudden increase in numbers, even though many students chose to go elsewhere. I wonder, does it detect me playing Beyond? Oh. Mm. I don't really want to merge with anybody. Okay, so semi really off topic, but actually hold on, I'm gonna save real quick and we're gonna play and we're just gonna yes. Okay. So as I told you guys, I might be experiencing burnout and my experiences with burnout were terrible. Now, on the internet, there were certain things I didn't want to do without feeling trapped in my own space. And you might be asking, well, what are those things that make you feel trapped? Matching profile pictures. Yes, the people who want to match profile pictures with me always ask because I don't want to be forced. Not anymore. But usually I say yes, even when I don't really want to. But during burnout, I really just shouldn't be asked to match profile pictures. I'd be a terrible person to ask, really. But let me read what they said. They said, can we use this soon? What the hell? Oh, anyway. And even if they say soon or can we or, well, really, what I'm trying to say here is I shouldn't be asked any questions during burnout or just rough times in general. Because, for one, I want to be in my own space and I want to be left alone. And it's really just a bad time for me to be matching with anybody when I physically need to change my profile picture based off my mood or who I'm feeling like. So, as of now, on YouTube, I'll use my PNG tuber. And as we can see, I feel like Amy Chan. Yes, I can Amy Chan as well, which is also another reason why, but I I don't know if any of my friends are gonna see this. I'm just hoping at least Scar sees this or somebody does. Like, just somebody I know. So like, I don't know. Okay, look, I'm just gonna be blunt. I'm just gonna try and be blunt here while talking about how I am during burnouts or just high mental stress. I mean, well, just high mental stress and other things and during rough times and stuff. But first, I should get a microphone PNG. Specifically for, oh, well, that's something I don't really want to see right now because this is a rough time for me, for fuck's sake. Sorry, it kills me. Anyway, I'm gonna find a microphone PNG. Microphone, microphone PNG. Whatever. I know what I gotta do. What do you do with that big but okay. Let me get the microphone and we will almost be okay. Alright. Anyway, let me just edit the photo because despite me putting PNG in the background, it had in the back and at the end, it still has the background because PNGs can't be transparent on Pinterest for some fucking goddamn reason. Well, they can be. Well, I guess they can be transparent only if they're a fucking gift. Or it's a video that you can't fucking download. Which, one thing I have a complaint about Pinterest is why can't we download videos? Is that something your system can't handle or can't do yet? Because you can just admit it. It's not embarrassing. Something that's embarrassing is literally faking ADHD or just faking something that isn't the faking a disorder. Yes, there's a disorder that is for people who fake disorders. I'm pretty sure. At least I don't remember. I think there is. Sounds right. Okay. Then I gotta alpha lock that. I'm the leader. I'm the alpha. I'm the one to try. Okay. Today's question is, I need it to be dramatic. Q. How are you during burnouts? Okay. We got the Q and the A. Also, Baldi's Basics mentioned? Question mark? Okay, and we'll lock it, and then I'll see this message. Anyway. Q. How are you during burnouts? So, it really depends on how stressed I am. And it depends if I notice it at the start of the week or in the middle of the week. If I notice it at the start of the week, I make certainly problematic jokes that I probably don't even realize that is problematic due to my headspace during that high, and I mean very high, mental stress. And yes, I know, it's terrible. Those jokes should never be a thing. And you might be asking, what kind of jokes? From some of my ex-friends, which they could be lying because they lied a lot, but one time after a massive burnout, which was at least 5 weeks long at the least, they said I made a ton of... I don't even want to say this. This is extremely problematic. You know what? When I feel comfortable talking about it, I'll talk about it. But since I don't feel comfortable with talking about it right now, I won't talk about very high mental stress. So if I notice it in the middle of the week, I won't be that bad. There'll be a couple jokes about gore and other things along those lines, and there'll be concerning behavior. There'll be joking about my own trauma. They'll be joking about there might be a little bit of romanticizing things that shouldn't be romanticized, and there might be things that I normally wouldn't say that I would say during this time. If I notice it at the end of the week, I'll cry a lot. Or if I notice it at like Friday the 13th, at Friday, I'll just cry a lot during burnouts. I'm pretty rude. I'm very like I'm very gullible. I don't know if I should say gullible. No, actually, a better way of putting it, a better way that seems correct is I believe things that could even not even be true. And that means that if somebody told me, like, this might be true and this might not be true, but who knows? either way, it'd be fucking terrible. Anyway, somebody could during this time period, somebody could probably tell me that ice can rape an ice agent or ice agents have raped animals or something along those lines. And no, I'm not saying people because that's already fucking true. It's already confirmed. So yeah, I would believe that. And until it was proved to me that it wasn't true, I will still believe that until it was proved to me that wasn't true, even after the burnout. And back on the topic of me being really mean. By mean, I mean like I will snap at you for the smallest things. So let's say you say you like broccoli. I personally hate broccoli and I wouldn't usually comment on it, but during massive burnouts, for example, the 5-week one, I would snap. And I would say, how the fuck do you like I would say something along the lines of, how the fuck do you like broccoli? That shit is fucking disgusting. Kill yourself. Or one time a friend told me after a massive burnout, they told me after I asked what happened during the burnout, because I've kind of been wanting to know recently. This is like a month ago. No, this was like a year ago. Anyways, they said that I once told somebody to cut themselves because they liked something I didn't. And I think it was like they liked, I don't know, they liked, oh my god, bro, what did they like? Holy shit, this is fucking ridiculous. How the fuck do I not remember? I don't even remember what they didn't like. I mean, what they did like. You know what, let's just say it was broccoli for now, because I really don't know what they said. But, yeah. Let's just say that I'm not associated with that person anymore, and I don't think I'll ever be. Hopefully. And that's just one example. So, one of my friends, we're gonna call Fox, and we are going to call Fox, M, because last time I checked, that is what Fox Self said Fox's name was. Yes, it is not M, it's just what I'm gonna call him on the channel. I'm gonna use he, him pronouns because he wouldn't care if I did. And I don't know. Anyway. So one time, after a 3-week burnout, I asked him, what jokes or what things did I say, or like, what did I do, what did I say, and what jokes did I make? He said one of the jokes I made was me overdosing and not dying, but like, I don't know. Something about overdosing. The second joke he told me about was me saying that I was going to cut myself with a scissors, and I was like, had my webcam on and I had my scissors over my hand, like I was debating whether or not to actually do it. Yeah. But M would do the same. So, well, he used to do the same. I wonder if he still does. Anyway. So, this other time when we were in a server that was like with a whole bunch of people, and it was like a problematic server because that was what it was made for, obviously. And there was like all types of people in there. There was like dark shippers, pro shippers, pedophiles, zoophiles, necrophiles, people with child porn, like everything, really. Just every type of problematic, almost every actually. We lied, me and M lied about being pro shippers in the server. Oh, but both com shippers wasn't one of the options because com shippers aren't really that problematic. But I'll get into that in another video. Another stream. This isn't really a video. Yeah. And remember when I mentioned child porn? They didn't show it. It was, wait, no, it was Lottie's porn. Child porn. I think she had child porn. Yeah, she had child porn. And during the time that I was in this server, I was not in a great headspace. Obviously during a, you won't believe it, burnout. And this one not being as long as 6 months, 7 months. I mean, yes, there was one for 7 months. It was terrible. Actually, there was one for a whole year. Actually, years. We're not going to talk about that one. I don't like it. I don't like to talk about it. Anyway. And also during those years, I would join problematic servers and other things. And I would be around problematic people, and which means I was around pedophiles, necrophiles, zoophiles, pro shippers, dark shippers, bad com shippers. What else? What else? I was around people with all types of porn in their gallery, which I don't know what porn ranges to, but there was just a lot of things that I shouldn't have been around during that time. And also, quick reminder, my brain plays tricks on me. So all of this, everything that I'm saying right now about these problematic people and these problematic servers and that those mean sentences I would say because somebody liked something I didn't, could all just be my brain messing with me and messing up with my memories just so I wouldn't have to remember trauma. Because yes, your brain sometimes protects you from trauma by making, well, I think at least protects you by trauma, protects you from trauma, protects you from trauma by making up fake memories or actually hold on, let me ask Google on that one. Does your brain protect you from trauma? Protect you from trauma with fake memories. It is not a mere arrow, but it's a survival mechanism that helps individual manage trauma and maintain a stable identity. Well, I guess that's true, and I guess that is a possibility. So, like I said, all of this could be my brain messing up with me. My brain, that means that all of this could be not true, and this could all just be my brain protecting me from the trauma I went through. Now, it wasn't bad trauma, but it was still trauma. It was just one bit of trauma that happened almost every day. I don't know when it stopped. I don't know when, but it stopped. But it still hasn't stopped. It's not as bad as before. But anyway. So... yeah. Really, during burnouts, I'm not the best person to be around. I might just make a confession and talking about how I am during burnouts and how, and talking about the jokes I would make during severe burnouts. Now, like I said, I'm going to talk about these jokes. But like I said, this could be my brain fucking with me to protect me from trauma that I either don't remember or that I partly remember. I'm only thinking of one that my brain could be protecting me from, but I'm not going to say it because this trauma is something the president probably doesn't want to be talked about because he, one, has probably did it multiple times, and yeah. So anyway, and I'm not going to name presidents. You can guess. And I'm not going to name any people. You can guess. And I'll answer. Possibly. So anyway, the type of jokes I would make are necrophilic jokes, pedophilic jokes, zoophile jokes, and any type of porn jokes. Jokes just mocking disorders, despite probably having one. The one I'm most expecting myself to have now is quiet BPD, instead of BPD like my mom has. Because, I don't know. I feel like quiet BPD fits me more. Not saying that I do have it, but still. Yeah. If a, if a burnout is longer, is like 2 weeks plus, over 2 weeks, you might want to wait a little till I start spamming you. Yeah. But, so yeah, that's, yeah. And, by the way, during severe burnouts, I make jokes about anything and everything. And I mean it. I deadass mean it. And it's terrible, and I hate it. I hate it so much. I'm so disappointed in myself for it. Even though I don't know if I can even control it. But, oh, no, that's wrong scene. But, I guess, since... Damn it. I'm just changing my status right now. So, I'm gonna lay down now because, for one, I probably shouldn't be streaming during burnouts because there are times where I just completely, like, get bogged in the head, basically, and forget I'm streaming and thinking I'm just talking to myself, and I start saying weird-ass shit. So, yeah, I'm just gonna leave the stream here as it is, and go post, how I am during burnouts and certain times in burnouts. So, yes. Anyways, yeah, I'm also gonna try and get